just with a damp brush. As a matter of fact, I don't like this, so I'm going to go with a glue and bring that down. I like that. Okay. Now we'll firm it up a little bit, and then we'll okay, now the rule here is that we should work from the center of interest outward, so that we don't put something here that is going to be so detailed or so dark and so forth that we're not going to be able to have it there, because it's going to take our eye away. So our center of interest is right in here. That's basically what I'm going to work on now. And so what I'm going to do is take ultramarine blue and viridian green and alizarin crimson, a little bit like that, and put in our darks. I'm telling myself, whoop, come up a little bit, just a little bit. Don't think of going real dark. Go down the value scale slowly. So that's what I'm doing here. And that's still pretty dark, isn't it? So I will lighten it up a little bit more. People are clapping for me.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at this just to see what it'll look like, maybe from here like that. Okay, that's better. Roundness. You see now this darkness here is showing off the house itself. Which you got to admit, you've got to look there because it's the darkest part. Pick up some of these drips here. Okay, now I'm going to go down here. Color in there. Now that's standing out from all of that. So what we can do is we can start to change that a little bit. Some greens. I'm touching it so that it will fade off. Then you look at it as a design. You know, not that you want to fill this whole thing in. I got this, I got this, I got this. That's, I think that's good. I don't have it going all the way up like I would have it there. So that's a plus. There, I'm going to leave that. Now I'm going to go in with the building itself, the house, and I want to look and see, well, what am I going to do down there? So I'm going to use a different flat brush. I want to use a flat brush all the time, because you use a square brush, you draw. So I don't want to use a square brush. So that's why I'm digging in my thing and getting another square brush that's a little bit smaller. And what's in here? Who knows? You know, we're just going to go put anything in. Make it a little darker. I'll put a little bit of burnt sienna with it so that it's not a real bright thing here. Okay, that may be a little bit too dark. I'm going to design this to be the most beautiful porch on this earth. Yeah, it's amazing what you can get without even doing anything. Okay, now you see that. You look at this and think, well, it's a little patchy. So you kind of bring it together. You know, get another value to go in here, so we don't have to put it all right in right away. We've got a little brush right here that will give me my little spindles here. I think that's what these are. Oh, I don't, you know, these are the things that kill you, because you get tied up with those, and then all of a sudden you think, God, I never did it on those. So, so don't. Now let's bring in some red in here. Red there. That'll give a little bit more interest there. I've got some turquoise here. I always like to use a little bit of that in areas. Just to, if the color looks dull, it's kind of fun to put those in. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm going to let that set up a little bit. And we'll start working down the value scale. A little bit darker here, coming down. Putting in some windows. Right. I don't want to make them all just square. You know, I don't want, also I don't want the soft edges. I know what I could do if I had opportunity to do soft edges. Sometimes it's good to restrict yourself.
Frank, you said a couple times you don't want soft edges.
Right.
So kind of explain your thoughts.
Well, I want it to be more of a poster-like, and I get soft edges in, then I'm no longer poster-like. Oh boy, that's awful. You see, I'm getting way too busy, way too busy. So we'll take that. The only thought I'm having is that I'm trying to restrict myself to these big shapes like you did on the painting. On the collage. You know, you put a little restriction on yourself, and then you see, what can you do with that then? You know, instead of always going overboard. Okay, I've got another tree now that's going to come in here. Use an busy brush here.
Do you use your Izzy quite a bit?
When I want something a little bit more creative, but I'm kidding, I use it.
What's an Izzy?
Well, it's sort of a brush that doesn't mind you. Lighten it up in some areas so it's not just a strange line there. Now here's where I want to make now these particular branches on this thing rectangular, angular, not like a tree. So if I do that, that, connect. I'm not getting the angle that I want. A lot of angles in this particular painting with the building and all. We'll put that down there. Got another one up here. Now, I could carry that all the way through, but I'm not going to. I can do it later if I want to, but I'm not going to do it now because it looks good, and I don't know if it'll stay there, but right now it's not too bad. Now we got to do a little bit more structure on my building. What I'm doing is just playing with shape here, trying to divide that up. Okay. And a little bit of, you know, you can put the windows in lightly at first, because then you can go ahead and darken them when you want to. As much as you want to. I wish I had a little light there, but I don't have a light there. I tell you that because these are things in my mind, thinking, geez, I wish I would saved that. And I imagine you do the same thing. Yeah, you do. We all do. So now I'm starting to build up. This is my center of interest, and I don't want to lose my train of thought here until I get this done. And darker there. And get a little of this room on this side. Looks a little entertaining now. Now here. Use a little bit of cerulean blue. Geez, I just don't seem to have the luck with this glazing on this thing. There goes the soft edge. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not doing what I want to do. Well, maybe that's better. Maybe the soft edges, whatever. This is lost edge in here, which is rather nice. So I think I'm going to leave that. And then I can go ahead. Time is it getting to be? 15 more minutes. I'm going to put a window right here, because that's the other side of the house. And the window's hidden on that side. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to take my big brush again. Remember when I laid that big black paper up here? Gray paper, the one that it wasn't black, but it was next to black. See, that's my darkest. So coming down with a big shape here. I want that corner to be light. Take that corner out. This is too much like this, so I'll add more shapes to it. Make it look like it's going in. I always tell myself now, be big. Don't go with little details and so forth. So be big, 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 big. Now, is this too broken up? I think it is. So I will take it down.